Venerable Anagrik was born on 17 September 1864 in Colombo, Sri Lanka. He has the biggest contribution in rejuvenating the Buddhism throughout the world. During his early days in Ceylon, he learned the Pali language from Venerable Bhante Hukudave Sumangal, which made impact on him towards the understanding in Buddhism. In Sri Lanka, he agitated the motion against Britishers' Christianity, urging people to follow back the Sri Lankan heritage of Buddhism. He started his religious revival journey in 1883. He traveled from Sri Lanka to Madras and never looked back again. He had the desire to visit Buddha's birthplace. He reached Bodh Gaya in 1891. It made him devastated to see the ruins of Mahabodhi temple. Tried very hard to reach into the place. He experienced a shock to find the temple in the hands of Brahmins and Buddhists barred from worship. Here, as a result, he began an agitation movement where he established Mahabodhi Society of India on 31st May 1891 for the revival of all Buddhist architecture in India. Due to his brave, intellectual and straightforward thoughts, he became very influential speaker among all the listeners. In 1893, Dhammapal was invited to attend the World Parliament of Religious in Chicago as a representative of Southern Buddhism. There he met Swami Vivekananda and got very well with him. Like Swami Vivekananda, he was a great success at the parliament and received a fair bit of media attention in the conference he talked. He talked about world debt to Buddha. The paper was read to the crowded session of the Parliament of World Religions in Chicago, 18 September 1893. At this early stage of his career, Dhammapal was concerned with making Buddhism palatable to his Western audience. This talk is full of references to science, the European Enlightenment, and Christianity. While presenting Buddhism in these familiar terms, he also hinted that it is superior to any philosophy of the West. In addition, he spent considerable time discussing the ideal Buddhist polity under Ashoka and Buddha's ethic for layperson. Some of the listeners immediately became his followers with his thoughts. Dhammapala initiated a lawsuit against the Brahmin priest who was held control of the site for the centuries. After the protracted struggle, there was a successful only after Indian independence and 16 years after Dhammapala's own death. With the partial restoration of the site to the management of the Mahabodhi Society in 1949, it was then temple management of Bodh Gaya was entrusted to the committee comprised in equal numbers of Hindu and Buddhist. He wrote many books and articles. Some of are The World's Debt to Buddha, The Constructive Optimism of Buddhism, Message of Buddha, and Evolution from the Standpoint of Buddhism. Darwin's theory of evolution was the cutting edge of science during Dhammapala's life, as a part of his attempt to show Buddhism is consistent with modern science. He was especially concerned with evolution and he also wrote many articles in Mahabodhi Journal. Anagrik Dhammapal was ordained as a monk on July 13, 1931. After 2 years, he died in 1933. With his last word as, "Let me die so that reborn again for 25 times to work for the betterment